Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Sinners. And this movie came out in 2025, and it's directed by Ryan Coogler, and it's currently on Max, and that's how I watched it, starring Michael B. Jordan. I was initially introduced to this movie because of the trailer, and it looked good. I was curious to see what it was and what it was kind of like about. It was kind of obscured, and it didn't really tell you much. And after watching the movie, I thought it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wasn't bored at any point, and I was into it, and I was like, okay, this is working for me, and I really like the characters. I think that they're very likable characters in this movie. And Michael B. Jordan, he plays two characters in this movie. I don't think that's a spoiler, really, but he does a really good job at playing both characters, and they do feel like separate characters. And there was one thing that kind of distracted me is that the way they kind of cheated having him in the same scene, in the same shot, I could very clearly figure out how it was done. And I was like, okay, it's not as impressive because I can kind of figure this out. But still, it didn't really ruin the movie for me. And it's only like a couple scenes where that really started to be a problem for me. The movie looks nice overall. It's well shot, and I enjoyed the violence in this movie also, and that was kind of fun for me. And the visual effects looked pretty good. I didn't feel as though anything looked terrible at any particular moment. I'm not sure how much was practical effects or not. But it was blended pretty well with the environment for the most part. I liked the music in this movie. I thought it added a lot and made this movie stand out, and it was memorable. And like I said, the characters are very likable, and they do talk like real people, and I can buy into that element of the film. And the first half I really enjoyed because it's just all like characters and building up everything that you need to know about them. And eventually things do a turn, and it becomes like a horror movie. And that's what this movie is. It is a horror movie that's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And there is a post-credit scene, so stick around for that. And I will say that it did kind of catch me off guard when that happened because I wasn't really expecting it, but it did happen. And for me personally, I just felt as though the ending for this movie was kind of weak, and it just didn't really know where to end necessarily. And with this movie being a horror movie, I wasn't scared by anything, and I really did not like the jump scares. I thought that they were all manipulative and just cheap and just didn't need to be in the movie at all. And there were sounds coming independently of the film that were just added in post-production, and that also irritated me. There was one scene that literally reminded me of The Shining, and that was kind of distracting a little bit. And it was even shot exactly like The Shining at a couple points in that scene. And one thing to keep in mind about this movie is just the aspect ratio changing, and I'm not really sure why that had to keep happening. It didn't get annoying, it was just something that I noticed and stood out to me. I was like, I'm not exactly sure why that's happening, but I'm sure I could come up with an interpretation at some point and be like, okay, that's the reason, but I don't think it's like anything deep or something that really adds to the experience overall and would change the movie so much that you pick up on it and it changes everything about the movie. It's like just a little extra detail that you could pick up on and have different interpretations as to why it's doing that. The opening scene I didn't really care for all that much, and there were some jump scares in it as well, and there were some odd editing choices at a couple points in this movie, but overall I did like this movie. I thought it was good. I didn't love it as much as many people did, but I thought it was good overall. Didn't regret watching it. It was kind of fun. It delivers on what you would want, and overall it's just a good movie that does things well enough, I feel. And this movie also is kind of a crowd pleaser in a few ways, which I don't really mind, and it's not really something that bugs me. I'm just pointing out that, yeah, it's one of those. It's if you're someone who just wants something a bit more traditional, and you will like movies that don't really take risks and are not very challenging, but they give you what you would want and you don't leave unsatisfied, then this is a good movie to watch, for sure. It has its flaws. overall, but I still like it. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Sinners a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thoughts of Sinners, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Train Spotting. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.